How to write good copy. Hello, it's Neil Ball, your online marketing coach from www.workwithneilball.com. I'm going to talk about copywriting and how to get good at it so that you can take your business to the next level. This is the most important part of online marketing that will help you drive your business so you get more leads, sell more products and make more money. Good copywriting is the thing that will help you drive your online business to the next level. So why is good copywriting so important? It's really simple really, because virtually everything that you do on the internet is driven by using your keyboard. So it's essential that you're constantly working at improving your copywriting skills. Almost everything needs good copywriting, such as posts on your blog, on your website, on Facebook, in emails to your email subscribers, etc. By using good copy, you'll increase your conversions and your sales and obviously make more money. There is a golden rule in marketing: the best copy wins. Good copywriters are worth their weight in gold and are some of the highest paid people on the internet. Why? Because mastering the art of copywriting sells products. So if you want to sell lots of products or a service, it's vital that you get as good as you can at copywriting. So what do you do if you aren't good at copywriting, like some of the greats such as Dan Kennedy, Jay Abraham, Frank Kern, Dave Sharp, Gary Halbert and many others? The first thing that you need to do is write and practice. You're not going to get better if you don't practice doing copywriting. So the more you practice copywriting, the better you'll get at it. A lot of people will not create any content because they're afraid it might not be perfect or it might not get people to buy. Once you get started and you do some copywriting, then you need to understand the dynamics of the art of good copywriting. First of all, you need to write your copy like how you talk. For most people, the way that they talk is not the same as the way that they write. People will often write things as grammatically perfect as they can, but usually this is not the way that the same person talks in a conversation with a friend. So your writing for marketing should loosen up and not be as stiff. You should write in your Facebook posts, blog posts, emails in the same way that you talk to a friend, including the slang you use. Then when people read the post that you've written, they'll read it as if you're talking to them as your friend. Psychologically, what happens when you do this is that people will be much more likely to identify with you and relate to you. The effect of this will be that most people will feel that they know, like and trust you, and that will generate more leads and sales. Secondly, you must focus less on grammar and focus more on easy reading. This, in many ways, is a continuation of talking to people as if they are your friends in marketing. It doesn't matter if you use perfect grammar and spelling in your copy. It is better to write something rather than nothing at all. If writing is not your forte, then you should not let that hold you back. You should write in any case, and over time, as you do it, you'll get better and better at it. The key is to focus less on grammar and spelling and more on easy reading. Next, you should consider using more white space. As well as considering what I've already said about how you write, you should also consider what you don't write. What I mean by this is that you should also consider the amount of white space on the page. You're probably wondering, what do I mean by this? If you're on the mailing list for anyone who is really good at copywriting, then you'll discover that they're not just good at expressing whatever it is they're trying to say so that it gets your attention, but they write the content with a lot of white space around the text. Copywriters don't have large chunks of text on the page in big paragraphs because they know that people don't want to read big blocks of text. It's too much like hard work for a lot of people to read it, and therefore they won't read it. Even the best writers of novels will write their books in such a way that they make the use of small blocks of text in manageable sizes for the reader with short chapters. You should make everything that you produce easy to read. People will be consuming your content in their leisure time, so it is important that it is not too heavy and difficult for them to read. Also, by doing this, you'll be at an advantage over your competitors who may not be aware of this, and as a result, people will be more likely to read your content and subscribe to your email list and make a purchase from you and do whatever else you want them to do. You'll notice that newspapers exist and survive because they recognise that people like small chunks of text that's easy to read. That is why tabloid newspapers have become a more popular format than the bigger broadsheet newspapers. An online example of this would be Facebook's newsfeed, which is about 450 to 500 pixels wide. You see, Facebook understands that it is easier to read a narrow paragraph, and so it is more likely that people will read it because they don't need to move their eyes so much and they can easily scan down the page, and as a result of that, they're more likely to read all of it. So what should be the goal of you and every good copywriter? To get people to read the whole of your content so that they do not stop reading it part way through. You want your readers to read every part of your blog post, your Facebook post, your email, or any other content that you send to them. To make this happen, your paragraphs in your post must be narrow enough so that people can read them easily. The other thing that you have to do is have your paragraphs so that they've only got 3 or 4 sentences or lines in each paragraph. So you chunk your text into bite-sized chunks that are easy to read with blank lines between each paragraph. By doing this, your reader will not become subconsciously overwhelmed by big blocks of text, and they'll read what you have to say. The next thing is your copy should use stories to sell. Many people assume that the best way to sell to customers is to tell them everything about the product. The problem is, especially with emails, is that this is boring, especially if you're sending out regular email newsletters. A lot of your subscribers might not be ready to buy right now, and if every email is full of the same facts, it is boring and they switch off and stop opening and reading your emails, at which point they might as well not be on your list. It is much better to tell stories and provide value that the readers find interesting and engaging so that they keep opening and reading your emails. You may have heard the saying, facts tell and stories sell. The reason is that stories entertain and therefore engage people. People always enjoy being entertained, and they'll go out of their way and even pay to be entertained. By entertaining people and engaging people, you keep their interest, so they keep listening to what you have to say every time you send them an email. By doing this, you'll sell more. Also, when you write, have an opinion in your copywriting. You should not be afraid to say something that some people will find controversial, that people will disagree with. Often copywriters are afraid of standing up for their beliefs and upsetting people by expressing their opinion. But in reality, when you do this, you're engaging those people and getting interaction, which will result in response or comments on a post. At the same time, you're going to attract a small number of people who are actually going to buy off you. Over time, you'll build a following of people who will stick with you. The following of people will grow into a large group, and eventually the group of people will become big enough to provide you with enough income to support you financially in anything that you do, to support you and your family in the future. The benefit of having an opinion in your copy is that you'll stand out from all the other Me Too stuff that hits people's inbox every day, that doesn't get anyone's interest and ultimately doesn't get read. By having an opinion, you'll connect with 5% of your people who will actually buy off you. You need to stop trying to please the 95% of people with nice emails, because they won't buy off you in any case, no matter what you do. You may want to sell to 100% of the people, but the truth is that 100% of the people will not buy off you. People pleasing does not sell products and will keep you broke. So be opinionated and people will engage more and stick around for longer. Connecting with people's pain is a good idea. Depending on what you sell will affect how you connect with people's pain, but you need to connect with people's struggle and difficulties. The people who have difficulty or can feel the pain will identify with you, and then they'll look at what you're offering that solves their problem. Just be yourself, really. Don't be afraid to let people know your story and get to know you and your story in life. People will like your story and people will respect you for telling it to them. People will then identify with you and they'll empathise with you rather than sympathise with you, which is so powerful because you'll tap into their emotions. People will respect you for expressing your opinions, And when they do this, they'll buy off you, because often people will use emotions to make a decision to buy. Your content should also overcome all objections. When you write your content, it should overcome objections before people get a chance to even raise any. In your newsletters, in your emails, in your sales letters, in your blog posts, whenever you can, in all types of advertising media, overcome objections before people think of them. By making sure that you overcome all objections in your copywriting, you are more likely to make a sale, get a subscriber, or get another intended action, more often because people have no reason not to. Finally, your copy should always have a very strong call to action that makes it very clear to people exactly what they should do. I've seen so many marketers who are afraid to have a call to action and ask for the sale, opt in, or whatever the required action is. Don't be afraid to tell people to enter their email address or get out their credit cards to buy something. Use a call to action that says something like, click the button below and get out your credit card and buy the product. Always assume the sale and be assertive in your call to actions. Be confident that the person is ready to buy, and this will be enough to make certain people click the button and buy the product. Many people are looking for direction and leadership. You must not be afraid of getting the money and the sale. After all, this is the purpose of marketing in most cases. For example, one person may have a blog post that says at the end of it something like, "Talk to you soon," whereas someone else with exactly the same blog post, who isn't afraid to ask for the sale, would say something like, "Click the button below, fill out the form, get started and call me as soon as you've signed up." The person with the strong call to action is likely to convert 50% more sales than the person without a strong call to action. Every piece of your marketing should have a strong call to action. It is one of the most fundamental parts of online marketing, which is overlooked by far too many marketers. By applying everything that I've talked about, you should be able to improve the effectiveness of your online marketing. It is a good idea to subscribe to newsletters of really good copywriters and read their copy carefully so you can see how they write and learn from it, and then model your writing from it. As well as having great copy, it's also important to have a great product with a good compensation for your efforts. I have an opportunity that has all of this, and it comes with ready-made sales funnels, with sales pages that have been professionally written, which also have professionally produced sales videos on them. As well as this, the opportunity also comes with an email follow-up sequence for your autoresponder, which has been professionally written with emails that sell. To find out more about this opportunity, go to www.workwithneilball.com/take action. Again, that is www.workwithneilball.com/take action. And when you get there, enter your email address and follow the instructions and sign up for the offer. When you have done that, let me know and I will arrange to have a free 20-minute call with you to plan your online marketing future success.